Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kurojiri, your resident tinkerer and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet-fighting robot series. Well, at first we were originally guessing that October was going to be a relatively quiet month, given that Imagineer really likes to devote all of November primarily to Medarot Day and celebrating the anniversary. But it looks like we weren't quite on board with that one and not quite on the mark. This time around, it looks like they're going to be celebrating Spooky Month with a rather interesting way, and that is a celebration of another collaboration, which we actually have not had for a hot minute, minus, of course, the Transformers collab a short while ago. But folks may be looking at this going, a Zoids compilation? Didn't we already have one of those? And for the most part, you're correct. We actually have already had a Zoids collaboration a while ago, but that was with Wild Zero specifically, which was kind of a variant slash offshoot of it. This one specifically is actually geared based off the original, the OG Zoids. So even though it is of the same universe, this is actually considered a fully independent collaboration unto itself. We have 5 new models here, as you see here. 3 of which are coming in this week. The other 2 are coming in and staggering in the next 2 weeks prior. Likely through all of October, we will be celebrating this with maybe one break week before November starts. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what was announced for this week, because boy oh boy was there quite a bit of stuff announced, not just with the collaboration as a whole, but also with a lot of quality of life and a lot of contests and other big news from Imagineer themselves going forward. So that was revealed this morning. Starting, of course, with the gacha banners, the 2 models that are joining the banners specifically are ZID-01 Blade Liger with the kit of Revenge Sword, Spark Strike, Punishment, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Through Fight. Now, Revenge Sword is a brand new skill, essentially, as you see here, that we have not seen previous. Explain briefly, if I understand the translation correctly, it basically doubles its base damage if the part's HP is under a certain threshold, which I believe they said was under 50% if my translation was correct, both on mine and from a friend's. It might be lower than that, I'm not sure, but essentially under a certain threshold, the base power of the move will double, which makes it, well, as you would expect, a revenge sword in this case. Behind him, we also have ZID-02 Command Wolf with a kit of Hyper Charge Buster, Panic, Hyper Thunder Shot, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Illusion. Now, one thing I am going to be really happy about this time around is, unlike with the Transformers collab, which actually was quite enjoyable, don't get me wrong, minus Prime Truck Hard Pity, but anyway, I digress. Anyway, moving forward. It's going to be nice that none of the models actually have any kind of meta change going on this time. So it's going to be a little more forgiving on the gacha banner when it comes to parts this time around, in case people were burned or not quite happy with how the Transformers won. So take assurance in that. And both these models are actually pretty solid and relatively synergetic in their own rights too, based on the kits, as you see here. And when I took a look at the stats, but do expect my breakdowns on those going forward after this official video goes live. With the addition of Blade Liger and Command Wolf, we are also getting reruns of two very, very popular models from the ever-iconic KLN line. Starting that lineup is KLN-0, the ever-iconic War Bonnet, with a kit of Heater Plant, Rifle, Gatling, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Through Shot. Now, it is also worth noting that when it comes to non-heavy basic rifles, you really can't get much better than War Bonnet, and with Through Shot on top of that, that's basically icing on the cake. So that already by itself says War Bonnet is definitely going to be a really big model to go after if the collab models don't really appeal to you this time around. In addition to him, we're also getting the latest model in his series, KLN-03 Meisai Laiban, a member of the Select Corps Force, marked by the sigil on his chest and groin plate, with a kit of Melee Trap, Hyper Beam, Gatling, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Nest. So, not quite as forwardly aggressive when it comes to base shooting skills, but a little more of a passive-aggressive oriented kind of shooter in that case, but still just as powerful under the right circumstances. So, lots of high-power shooting skills, but pretty much between all three of them, with the exception of Blade Liger, who is melee-based, and you really can't ever go wrong with any model you choose to pick, whether that be collab or not. Now, naturally, because there are collab models on the line, I do highly recommend you prioritize them first, but if they don't appeal to you for whatever reason, War Bonnet and Meisai Laiban are still very solid models you generally can't ever go wrong with. When it comes to the Fierce battles this week, it's going to be just a little bit lower key, this week highlighting models we actually have not seen for a pretty hot minute based on my previous records. And that is MDR-0 Dawn Drill starting the lineup with the kit of Virus, Double Hammer, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Rumbling. One of the first original Ori metas that was introduced in Medarot S back at its launch. We also have RBT-05M Chrono Rabbit with a kit of Beam, Guard Boost, Shoot Trap, Wheeled Legs, and the leg ability of Auto Charge. And then last but not least, everybody's favorite little champion, KIN-0 Kintaro, with a kit of Press, Double Hammer, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Endurance. Now, there's a lot of mixed skills this week, so not really anything that's that I really say is worth going after, like to prioritize or farm for as heavily. Basically because all these models offer something that's nice, but not anything particularly game-breaking or worth putting the extra investment in beyond 3-star. That being said, even though, for that very reason, it was honestly kind of hard to give an MVP of the week primarily, I do honestly still have to give it to Kintaro, not necessarily out of bias sake, but Biped Legs with Endurance is kind of a nice combo, as it means even if he is pushed to the ropes, both arms are broken, and he's just barely hanging on. Endurance is Metaforce upon attack, which means it does make it a little easier for him to unleash nukes as a punish or a parting blow or even a team skill before he does officially go down. Chrono Rabbit and Dawn Drill are also nice to have and hold on to, but like I said, not really anything that's game-breaking or worth really farming beyond a certain point. Now, of course, with news of the collab, there is always collab Medarotters to join the fray as well, this time highlighting the titular rival duo from Medarot DS, Azuma and Kohaku. This time around, with their skills, collab Azuma will prevent any armor from falling under 30%, which is very similarly to Full Metal Panic Odyssey from that collaboration. But in addition to this, if bipedal, Azuma will also buff mobility and evade by 15%, which means you will have a chance to basically a get out of damage free card, but also have just a little bit of speed and evade added to that as an extra bonus. Kohaku, on the other hand, when landing an attack, or if it crits, it will add 25% charge to your gauge. It will also buff your power by plus 500. Now, honestly, with everything being said here, Azuma is going to be the best possible one to shoot for if you're looking for survival, primarily for the reason that armor not falling under a certain percentage is basically like a lifeline, and guarantees that even if you are going to get hit with something very painful, you are able to essentially tank the blow and kind of walk off scot-free, even if it does kind of hold you back just a little bit. And that extra speed bonus will actually give you just a little bit more of an edge during that turn that it's active, even if it only is once per battle. In addition to this, in the convenience store, we are also getting collab limited time paid skins for Blade Liger and Command Wolf, as you see here. Blade Liger in particular, kind of taking that B Liger from the original Wild Zero collaboration with the black, red, and gold, which looks really nice, by the way. And Command Wolf down here, as you see, possibly going after J Spino. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not quite a Zoids guy, but they are still very nice skins all the same. With these skins, expect them to go for at least 20 or 30 bucks or USD in the convenience store if you are able to purchase them. But of course, once the collaboration ends, these skins will disappear. So if you are going to collect them, now's the time before any other time passes. With the event itself as fully expected of a collaboration, this will be the first collab in a good deal of time now, if my records are correct, that we actually will be getting a collaboration with a model, with a collab model that we're getting for free. You guys were probably wondering where ZID Zero Shield Liger was coming from. Well, here you go. With this event, we have the opportunity to earn Shield Liger at ZID Zero with a kit of Charge Guard, Double Beam Sword, Biped Legs, and the Auto Charge Leg ability. We also have opportunity to earn the Liger Medal, which has a mastery in melee, defense, and setup, with leg masteries in biped, floating, and flying. You can also earn a limited time profile banner and limited gacha tickets for specialized banners, and lots of diamonds, rubies, and more, as well as other resources to be earned and collected through the event as the event goes on. Now, I'm kind of expecting, because this is going to be a 3-week event through October, we're probably going to be seeing a lot more stuff going on as the weeks progress, so do stay tuned on that, but this is just to kind of wet the palate, so to speak. And honestly, I'm pretty eager on this event, primarily for the fact that they are giving us a collab model for free to kick us off, as a parting gift basically for everybody, even if they have the worst luck with gacha banners through these next few weeks through October. But in terms of how the event will operate, it will be ticket-based, which means mixed parts are encouraged. This week we'll be highlighting the red and the gold ticket banners, and for the red tickets in particular, War Bonnet and Meisai Laiban will give you a +3 each per part across the team. That does not mean +12 if you use Pure Set War Bonnet. Unfortunately, you are going to have to spread load the parts. An arm to one, arm to another, head and legs to a third. You get the deal. We're no stranger to this. We also get +2 to Spinag, Monog, Goth Bullets, and Evil Rex, as you see here, and of course +1 to each of the Fierce Battles as listed. For the Medarotters, it is going to be honestly very easy this time around. If you have SR, Medarotter, Azuma, that is a +3 right there, which honestly should be pretty easy since we've had Azuma for a while. And same can be said for a +2 or +1 bonus for Azuma or Kohaku, based on if you have their R rank or N rank Medarotters respectively. For the gold tickets in particular, as you see here, Blade Liger, Command Wolf, and Shield Liger will be giving you those +3 or +1 tickets respectively, and the same can be said for the +3 bonus for Medarotters if you manage to snag Collab Kohaku or Azuma respectively. Now, I honestly have a pretty good feeling about this event, primarily for the fact that most of these models, are, with the exception of the collab bots of course, are models that we've all seen in previous, so this is going to be one that most folks, unless you're brand new or just starting out, should be able to farm for and collect pretty easily, unless they've somehow missed every single bot highlighted to date, which I really think is kind of doubtful, given how much time has passed, and almost, wow, nearly 4 years since the game was launched, now that I think about it, coming up in late January. So I am looking forward greatly to seeing how this event unfolds, and how other future rewards going forward as the weeks progress through October. Now, of course, we are also getting a limited time Super Invasion and special missions incoming, so that we can earn more rubies and profile plates, as you see here. As I said, I am fully expecting as the weeks progress, we will get more rewards and events, so do expect we will be getting at least one more, maybe 2 tops, since it looks like they're going to be splitting off the Deathsaurus models between weeks 2 and 3, and not dumping both at once, based on how I understand it anyway. Special missions shouldn't be too terribly hard, just a couple extra missions based on what you're doing every day, change a BGM, color a part, do PvP, live PvP, perform in the event, do a super invasion, all the easy stuff, you know, nothing special. But also a good opportunity to get some more ruby shards and some extra gacha tickets from there to make use of during the event. One other big thing to highlight is that we are actually celebrating a birthday this week. Today in particular, over on the Medarot, on the official Medarot channel, and that is for the third MetaTuber introduced on the channel, and that is Cheerful Bunny. So happy birthday to you. Not quite sure if you actually do find yourself on my little corner of the internet, but if you do, happy birthday. Thank you so much for all the content you release, and for folks that are playing Medarot S to join the celebration, do enjoy a 5 ruby login bonus today only, as well as, or rather on the 5th in particular, and as well as a 1-day gacha pickup banner for Cheerful Bunny specifically to celebrate her birthday. So do make sure you log in on that, even if just to collect the rewards. But if you do manage to get a hold or say hello to Cheerful Bunny on the official channel, do make sure to wish her a happy birthday as well. Now, in terms of other games, big news in the game in particular, we're also getting some major updates coming soon with the UIs to the main screen, the home screen, the dungeon screen, and the event and the story screen, as well as some quality of life with the online PvP. As you see here was kind of just the teaser that they're revealing for the events dungeon screen for the new UI, which actually looks pretty nice. Like, I do honestly like this new layout. It's a lot cleaner. If there's any events ongoing, they are very easy to see. Any story content that's ongoing or anything that you still need to do, it's right there. Same for a specific part or piece or resource dungeons you're looking for. They're all going to be in one place under one banner like a file, so it's going to be very easy to see. And I really am looking forward to this update. Now, with online PvP stuff, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff added to there. Mostly just some changes to earning points or earning bonus points at certain times of day when you compete, as well as participating in a little mini-game, Quizlet mini-game that they did announce and mention when you're waiting on the matchmaking. Not really sure what exactly that entails, but it is nice that they are still working on updating the game and keeping things clean and organized. So looking forward to when those updates drop going forward, and just see how they are received among the community when they do go live. Now, of course, with another month, we are also getting a teaser and reveal of the new online PvP skins, just as we have in weeks prior. This month, of course, being Spooky Month, it is kind of expected what kind of theme we're getting this year, and these skins actually look really nice. Well, honestly, all the skins look nice, not gonna lie, but these in particular actually are pretty neat looking. We have a Jack-o'-lantern style Spanag Manog, we have a Dracula Bat Goth Bullet, and a Frankenstein style Evil Rex. Now, of course, that explains why Spanag, Goth Bullet, and Evil Rex are also highlighted in the event, primarily because we will be having banners for Spanag and Evil Rex all month long for folks that want to try to collect the skins and make use of them on the parts. Goth Bullet, unfortunately, will not be part of that banner because he's already in the FP Gacha pool, which means if you haven't collected him already, well, consider that kind of an achievement, because if you have not collected everybody in the Friend Point Gacha, that's kind of wild, because they really don't add much to that these days, and pretty much everybody is expected to have them at this point based on how long they've been playing. But, again, these skins will be very easy to collect. Just participate in the online PvP each week to unlock the extra skins going forward. If you have the Meta Pass subscription ongoing, through the month you will actually be able to collect all the parts, all the skin parts naturally, whereas if you don't, it'll just be 4 parts at random, or 6 parts at random, through the month as it goes on. One other big thing to highlight as well from the community is that we are having an official Ori Meta Contest. And no, not the one that's listed here in the PRB community. This is officially through Imagineer themselves, officially opening the floor on Twitter to custom designs and fan-made designs by the community themselves. This event will be going on Twitter between 10/3, so essentially starting today and ending on 11/7 early next month. I highly suspect that they're probably going to undergo the same plan I am of announcing the winners of their contest on Medarot Day as well, so that is going to be a very exciting thing on there. Of course, if you are going to participate in this contest on Twitter, do make sure you use the hashtags as you see here, which is Ori Meta S as well as Medarot S, to officially mark your submission in there. They didn't list any rules, I believe, on number of submissions, so if you have designs, definitely pump them all in. But on the topic of Ori Metas, don't forget us here in Project Rising Beetle's Discord server as well, and this actually gives you even more of an incentive to pump out and work on designs as well, because you have not 1 but 2 contests that you can participate in, and winners of the official one actually do allow the top 3 choices to be made into official Medarots to join the game officially going forward once they are officially developed. whereas in ours, it is still greatly enjoyable, but also as a way to engage the community with prize pools relative to number of participants. It's still only 3 days into October, so still pretty early on, but I am looking forward to seeing what you guys all come up with, whether that be for this contest or for the official ones specifically. In terms of other news with the community, we are still always looking for translators to assist us with any translation endeavors or fan projects. Right now, the main push is for Medarot 3, which is close to 90% completed or so, and we still do have a lot of text that needs translated for that, because we only have, like, 4 or 5 people working on it, and they can only do it at certain times because everybody has life. But if you are knowledgeable in coding or cleaning or Japanese and would love to lend a hand, definitely drop in our Discord server or reach out to me personally, and we can get you in touch with the right people to fill you in on what has been done and what still needs done up to this point. Because after Medarot 3, Medarot 4 is still super early on, and we'd love to work on Medarot 5 and Navi and so on, just so that we can fully understand and learn the games as well, since there has been no mention of an English translation of any of the older titles. Now with the weekly art highlights here on the MNN, of course, this is probably one of my favorite segments of the whole show. Well, honestly, the whole show is my favorite segment, but I'm biased, of course. Anyway, this piece here by Twitter user FFFFF2036 on Twitter, good friend of mine, actually was doing a little of a series for a while, highlighting the new models from Mr. Tagro in the last couple weeks. This one here in particular highlighting Kokuen and all 3 of his new exclusive models that he's collected through the years. That includes Basalt and Chibi Medarots, as you see here, but also the new model introduced in the series exclusive to him, Sappho Behemoth, as well. And he's been working on other models, so he did one for Should Wyvern, he did one for Desai Centaurus. I believe he's working on one for Mizrash Levia now as well, but I've not seen any progress on that one going forward. But wonderful artist, I highly recommend following as well if you want to keep more art in your feed. Same can be said for Pikugatu here, another dear friend of mine. This time highlighting the original quartets when they were first released, which is Basalt, Thunder, Sphinx, and Longan, which was the OG trio from the 4 groups that were in the original game. So wonderful work to both of these models, to both these artists. Definitely give them a follow if you'd like to see more Medarot art in your feed. You most certainly will not be sorry on doing so. Oh, but I believe that covers everything for this week's episode. Like I said, there was quite a bit of stuff to highlight this week because there was news in the collab, some quality of life updates, Cheerful Bunny's birthday, the Ori Meta Contest, so lots and lots of stuff to unpack here, but as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping in, just as you always do. If you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page, and the Metabots Forever community on there that I do also run and manage and keep things in the know. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided and in the comments below if you'd like to keep an even closer ear to the ground on the action. This includes any new merchandise, fan art, announcements, my weekly episodes, or anything else of the like, or even joining our Ori Meta Contest, which is ongoing through October and mid-November. That's definitely the place you can join and keep in the know. You can also reach out to me on Twitter at Isagamikura, so if you have any questions or feedback or comments, or would love just to stop in and say hello, I leave my DMs open for that very reason, so don't be a stranger, stop on in and say hi, and we can most certainly make something happen. In addition to this, if you are a streamer, VTuber, or YouTuber and would love to collaborate sometime, whether that means having you here on my channel as a guest host, or me stopping in on yours for a friendly chat or a group game, I would absolutely love to coordinate with you, so definitely reach out to me and we can try to coordinate some schedules and most certainly make something happen. Lastly, do also give these wonderful friends of mine a follow in the Medarot community as well. My friend Modan Meta, as you see here, a very close friend of mine who also stays very much so in the know with Medarot and their own personal endeavors, and I do appreciate everything that he does to keep me in the know and stay in touch with the series as well on the Japanese front from the channel as well. And of course, Twitter user Akiko, as you see here, I've highlighted his stuff in the past on the weekly art highlights, so I really don't have to say too much about him, but still, definitely give him a follow for the wonderful art that they produce on their page as well, and give more support to the artist community. But all that being said, I do appreciate you all for stopping by, just as you always do, and until next time, this is your host, Kura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.